Holy cannoli, this kid is on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been living under a freaking rock in the jiu-jitsu community, have not been up to date with the latest, greatest grappling news, this boy, the big slime, been sliming everywhere, all right? He has been on a hot streak, all right? He has been leg locking fools left and right. Started off at the PGF qualifier into the PGF. I mean, just freaking attacking like a freaking spider monkey out there. PGF landed him a spot in the EBI 25 where he went to further cement a name for himself in the grappling community. And now he's on everybody's radar. Probably one of the most fun grapplers to watch. Probably one of the most dangerous grapplers on the legs today. And we're going to be talking about Mr. Landon Elmore. So let's go ahead and get right into it, all right? Because I'll be honest, I didn't know who this was, really. I wasn't paying much attention. PGF Season 8, you got the 155ers. Not a lot of big names like in those previous seasons. But I tell you what, the PGF is making big names, all right? Guys are going in there, doing great, and landing themselves some high-quality airtime and some high-quality submissions. And I'll get into this later. The submission-only format creates stars, right? Especially for guys that are a little unknown. They can go out there, they can be kind of a little bit reckless and attack as many submissions as they want. And man, Mr. Elmore's attack rate is freaking high, all right? And he comes at you guns a-blazing, shooting from the hip, all right? Let's just get into it, all right? So we're on Landon's Instagram because the freaking UFC Fight Pass will copyright this and take it down if I show the OG footage from the UFC Fight Pass. So therefore, we're going to go with a little bit less quality footage, get it on his Instagram, and not get copyrighted. So sorry about you, Chads, but it's for my benefit to make a little couple cents from this, okay? But anywho, obviously, his wins... The EBI is the first thing we see here, but I wanted to dive into this right here. We got him with his purple belt under John Danaher and Gordon Ryan, two of the most influential beings in jiu-jitsu today, in Nogi jiu-jitsu, and I'm sure getting a purple belt under these two is not easy work, okay? Some would say getting a purple belt underneath John and Gordon may be harder than getting a black belt under Jake Shields. But that's neither here nor there. I don't think he paid money for this. I don't think he's doing the money turd route. This man legitimately earned this. But anywho, and by the way, cool knife in the background here. John here gives knives away to when he gives out black belts and when they win big competitions. So I wonder if he gave Landon a not black belt, a freaking knife to add to his collection. That would be pretty cool. See a machete or something like that. But yeah, anywho, let's scroll down to these live action shots, all right? Here we go, 20K for the dub. All right, this is his first match. Gets the guy from B team, and he gets in this inside Sikaku position. He gets his grip first. He doesn't quite have the leg positioning yet, but it's still pretty solid. This guy is trying to hand fight, get out of it, but he's getting his leg in. Now he's got beautiful leg position and is then able to put a little bit of hip pressure into the knee. The guy is trying to roll to escape. Rolling. Now he's belly down, got gravity on his side with the hips. That does not look fun. And he has to tap. Look, oh my gosh, the grimace, the freaking, oh my gosh, that does not look good on the knee there. First round win. Submission. Now we go against Bryce Mitchell. Okay, this is crazy, all right? Bryce, UFC fighter, a well-established UFC fighter. His views are a little controversial, but very good UFC fighter. And, most guys would be scared to be standing on the feet with Bryce, would pay him a little respect. Mr. Elmore does not do that, okay? He is clubbing. He is, using the footwork, going after Bryce. And he hits a freaking flying triangle. The balls on this kid, okay? To hit a flying triangle on Bryce Mitchell, that's insane. Almost gets it, but Bryce does a nice job horse cocking up and picking Landon up. says, you better put me down, you better let go, or else I'm going to slam your ass, given the rules. And eventually Landon lets go, and everybody thinks it's a good time. Dominic Cruz thinks it's a good time. A little pointing, a little laughing. They dab it up, and then they get right back into it. And Landon says, all right, I'm putting you away, Mr. UFC fighter. I am putting your... Look at that. The confidence, how relaxed he is, just like the double paw, the footwork. He's so relaxed. And what's he get? He throws it up again, but this time he's got a arm underneath to go into K-guard, to go into the legs to put Mr. Bryce Mitchell away. He threatens like an inside spin and an outside spin, so he could either go into freaking honey hole or he could go backside 50-50 like traditional K-guard. But, you know, he threatens it one way and then he goes the other way. Gets the backside 50-50. Bryce does not know what's going on, taps early, smart on him. He's got a UFC career. He does not want to hinder. This is just a little side quest. He's all right, shakes his hand. Good sport. Good to see a UFC guy in a jiu-jitsu event. That is good on him. And then next we got a semifinal bout against Reese Lefevre, Landon's teammate at Kingsway or New Wave Jiu-Jitsu. This just shows he has a really great training partners, and it's just not like a heavyweight room, right? I mean, you know, we got Marigali, we got Gordon, we got freaking Luke Griffith, all of those guys in there, but they also got a ton of freaking lightweights that'll breed success. Reese Lefevre, Landon Elmore, the Christopher Papadillos guy who just did really well on PGF, Yun Dorian Oliveras is a freaking beast. So lots of good guys in that room to get better. So he hits like a Ryan Hall style entry into the legs. Never really seen it in a jiu-jitsu match, but he just throws it up at him. And that's another thing I like about this kid is he doesn't just like sit down and scoot forward. He freaking attacks into a guard point position. You know, he sets it up and he sets it to an offensive position. He doesn't just like sit down and wait for you to attack him. He gets after it, spins into there, and he kind of hits one of his patented ankle locks. He really likes this like shadow hook or inside butterfly hook, and then posts on the hip, and creates like a nice aoki lock on it, and it is freaking tight. Gets the shotgun grip, gets that butterfly hook in, foot across. Instead goes for an outside heel hook because the guy defends the ankle lock so well. Respectful to his teammate. This lady's impressed. And then now we got the finals. All right, he's going like up against Keith Krikorian, one of the best 55ers, the face of UFC BJJ, Derek Moneyberg, a follower as well. This kid's got a lot of balls on him. That's all I'm going to say. So, anywho, Keith Krikorian, ADCC West Coast Trials runner-up. This Landon's got a lot of momentum going into this match. 3 subs, and he's feeling his oats. And he hits one of his best moves, one of his favorite moves. When he's playing from the top position, he likes to go backstep into honey hole, and he kind of sets it up really interestingly. He kind of grabs this near arm so that he can't just fall back and defend it right away. He grabs it, pushes him forward a little bit, and then backsteps into it. Pulls him into honey hole, and each time he backsteps into this 411 or honey hole position, he doesn't just try to attack this inside heel hook. He passes it across to this game over position and looks to get the heel hook that way, and that is a devastating finish that is sure to break some ligaments, break some bones, and it's not very nice. Keith tries to keep his leg straight to defend the heel hook combination, and that ends up kind of making this worse in the Z-lock position. And so he hips into it like almost like an ankle lock grip, and that puts a ton of torque on his knee. That could not have been good. He wins $20,000, 20,000 smackaroonies at freaking 19 years old. That's insane. But yeah, let's go back to here we go. Here he is at the PGF, where he kind of gotten this EBI opportunity from his success there. Here, once again, in a passing position, he's going to go for that backstep, one of his signature moves. Again, uses that hand to occupy this hand and grab the armpit to backstep. as you can see, he's kind of lifting up that near leg as well, that secondary leg. So he's trapping the secondary leg before he gets in, which is a good idea. Passes it across, and now he's got that heel hook that is devastating. That is not fun. Celebrates with Andy. That is insane. I think that was like a pretty quick match as well. See it again. Back steps into it. Beautiful finish there. Deadly finish. And then this was like some heart rate thing. Sensei app. He goes into a Choi bar here. Uses the Choi bar to enter the legs. Comes up, wrestles up. Oh, this is the whole match sped up. All right. Fakes the back step into the primary leg. That is pretty slick stuff right there. Faking the back step. I'm sure CJ was watching and was like, knew the back step was coming and was wise to it. And then he gets the outside heel hook finish. Very nice job. Oh, that's just like behind the scenes. See here, guy tries to go knee cut, dives back on his leg. He counters with that aoki shadow hook finish. Very quick. Towards the end, 18 seconds left to get a little money. Okay. Yeah, here we go. I think this is Oliver Taza breaking it down. Yeah. Oliver Taza probably learns a lot from him. Okay, this is kind of crazy. Let's see, I think there's another video of it. That's a injured a guy in pose. Wow. Yeah, okay, here. He also kind of like throws caution to the wind and freaking just like immediately attacks. A lot of guys will kind of like hang around and not attack right away. Not this kid. He's immediately on the attack. Watch how much this match isn't very long. This dude freaking attacks like 10 times. Pulls into it, throws him over the top. Good snap down here. Kid can wrestle too. Jumps in, boom, right into his signature butterfly aoki ankle lock. 12 seconds. That's insane. It's insane. Showing him down. Catches a leg. Guy tries to catch his leg. And then he gets it a lot of times from like when the spinning motion. Oh, wow. That was like an inside Senkaku foot positioning. That lady is wilding out. That was insane. That guy's foot is probably not doing okay. Grabs the Achilles grip. Goes for that initial one. Switches to inside ashi. That is nasty. Oh, man. An inside ashi ankle lock. That's crazy. Okay. Guy, oh, leave your leg exposed. He gets it. And once more. Look at that. Elbow to elbow grip. Butterfly hook. Foot on the hip. Oh my goodness. That does not look. Oof. That does not look fun. Not fun at all. I don't want to get hit with that crap. Here we go. It looks like Enigma. Some pictures. Where's his highlight from that match? Oh, here we go. So this is an Enigma. Once again, tying up that arm, backstepping into inside Senkaku. Once again, passes it to the other side. And this is a lot of pressure on the knee. A whole lot of pressure. I mean, if he hips in here, that freaking sucks. And he does hip in. And look at that. That ankle is right where you need it to be to break that freaking foot. That looks quite painful. He's bellying down. He's getting gravity on his side. My goodness, that looks awful. Whew. Gets the tap. That was nasty. But yeah, this kid is freaking a monster. Do not leave your feet exposed. He is on a roll. He's now ranked 9th, top 10 of 155ers. Who would you guys like to see him go against next? Okay. I mean, any of these matches would be a fun match to watch, but what would be pretty freaking cool is if we see him go against the other young man who's on a hot streak, the guy who just won European trials, Mr. Nico. I'm going to butcher his name. I don't know his name precisely, but seeing the two young fellows scrap, that'd be an interesting match. Any other matches, probably, unless he signs with UFC BJJ, he's probably not going to get the Carlos Enrique match. Although he could, since he's with Kingsway, he could. But that's an exclusive contract. Cisneros would be a fun match. Souza, Corbet, that would be a huge step up in competition. Well, not huge, because Corbet and Keith had a good match. Dante would definitely take the match and go against him. He will freaking face anybody. Crazy Dog, Duck. Pretty cool. But anyway, who do you guys think he should go against next?